Hello everyone, I am Chirag from India and I study in 7th standard. The theme I chose is automate the surroundings. During winters in cold places, it's very cold and you need to wear a lot of jackets and sweaters. To avoid this, I have created a heating jacket. Heating jacket provides warmth to the wearer using heating elements. The heating elements can be controlled using a touch sensor. The heating jacket can be used in outdoor activities like skiing and fishing. The heating jackets is an alternative for the traditional bulky clothes and is eco-friendly too. Now let me explain the components of the heating jacket. This heating jacket uses a 5 by 15 size heating pad which can give up to a temperature of almost 40 to 45 degrees with a 12-volt power supply. I am using a 12-volt power bank as a power supply. The heating pad is connected to a breadboard which is a small circuit which then connects to the Arduino. The Arduino is connected to a beeper and a touch sensor. The Here the current starts from the positive terminal of the power bank and goes directly into the positive terminal of the heating pad. Then the negative terminal of the heating pad is connected to the MOSFET, and the MOSFET is connected to a resistor which then goes to the PWM pin 3. Then in the Arduino, then there is a touch sensor which has three pins, the G and D, which goes over here, goes in the breadboard, and then to the G and D in the Arduino. Then we have the VCC, which goes to the 5-volt battery in the Arduino. And in the last, we have the signal pin, which goes to the digital pin 2 in the Arduino. And we even have a buzzer which goes to the GND and pin 13 of the Arduino. What is a MOSFET and what is the use of the MOSFET in the circuit? Metal oxide silicon field effect transistors, commonly known as MOSFETs, are electronic devices used to switch or amplify voltage in a current. It is a voltage control device and is constructed by three terminals. The first pin of the MOSFET is connected to a resistor, a 10K resistor, which is connected to the negative terminal of the power supply. Here, and the second terminal of the MOSFET is connected to the negative terminal of the heating pad. The third terminal of the MOSFET is connected to a 100 ohms resistor, which then goes to the Arduino PWM3 pin, and using the PWM3 pin, I can change the amount of power which goes into the heating pad, and thus I can change the temperature of the heating pad. How does the heating jacket work? When you hold the touch sensor for 5 seconds, you can hear a beep sound and the heating pad turns on. Let's wait for a few seconds and see if you're getting the heat drastically, and it reaches almost 71 degrees. Next, when I hold it for half a millisecond, then again it beeps, the buzzer beeps, and the power mode of the heating pad changes. As you can see, the heating pad is starting to cool down as it is at 50% power. So now again if I hold it for 5 seconds, again there's another beep and loud beep, and this turns off. As you can see, temperature has decreased to 33 degrees. Okay, so let me now explain the code. When I know Arduino initially starts, the heating jacket should be off. I have created a variable on off to show that. Then here I am initializing the serial monitor to 9600, and then after that I am setting the PWM pin 3 power to 0 so that the heating jacket does not receive any power and is off in the starting. Then I check if the user has is touching the touch sensor and for 5 seconds, and even after 5 seconds if the user is touching the jacket, then if initial before this the on off variable is set to off, then it should turn on, and initially when as soon as it turns on, the power should be set to full. The power of the heating jacket should be set to full. Here the digital 13 pin, which is the buzzer pin, turns on and beeps for 1 second, then turns off again. Here I'm setting the PWM pin value of 255, which is the highest, so that a heating pad turns on at full power. If the heating pad before this is on, if the on off variable is on and the heating pad was working, then again the buzzer beeps for a second and the heating pad turns off as I change the PWM value to 0 here. Then after when the heating pad turns on, if the user is touching the heating pad and the heating pad is on, which means it is heating up, then you have to wait for 0 0.1 second, which means just as soon as the user clicks on it, the, and the power mode before this is set to half, then the power mode should change to full, and then there's a short beep sound for 0 0.1 seconds, and the PWM power set to 255, which means the heater turns on at full power. Or else if the power before this is set to full, then it should turn to half, and then again the beeper beeps for 0 0.1 seconds, and the power of the PWM pin is set to 127, which is half of 255, and the heater works at 50% of the power. This is how the code works. Okay, so now let's run the code and check it. So here I upload the code. So the code has uploaded successfully. So here I have my touch sensor, the heating pad, and the buzzer. So now when I press the touch sensor for 5 seconds, as you can see there's a beep sound, and here it turns on. So now let's check if the temperature has started to increase. So it increases. See, it has reached 55 degrees, 65 and 60 degrees. So it normally reaches up to 65 degrees, but then where there's a lot of power, it can even reach up to 70 degrees. So as you can see, it has reached almost 65 degrees and even above that. So now I will again touch the touch sensor for half a second, and you can see the power has changed to half. So now let's check. So first the temperature will decrease. As you can see, it has started to decrease, and it has reached to 50 degrees, and now it will start to increase slowly. Let's see. As you can see, it is starting to increase, but this time it increases slowly. And now touch the touch sensor again for half a second. Power is again changed to full, and now it will turn on. Temperature will increase very fast again. As you can see, it has instantly reached to 65 degrees, 66 degrees. And now if I again press the touch sensor for 5 seconds, this is long beep sound and it will turn off. So now as you can see, it has turned off. Let's now check the temperature. As you can see, it has reduced to 27 degrees, which means it has turned off. Okay, so now let me explain how I fitted the components in the jacket. So here is the touch sensor on the collar, so the person can easily just access it by clicking here. And the power bank is in the pocket of the person, so that is also easy to access. Then inside the jacket, I have my heating pad. The heating pad is connected to the Arduino and breadboard and the batteries inside this pocket, which I have kept inside a small box. Then let me now demonstrate the jacket's complete working. So now when I touch it for 5 seconds, there's a loud beep and it turns on. So now let's check if the temperature is starting to increase. So as you can see, the temperature has reached up to 58 degrees and which feels very warm. So now I have changed the power mode and you could hear that with a short beep sound. So let's see if the temperature has started to decrease. As you can see, it has reached to 50 degrees from 70 degrees. One second. And now it will start to increase slowly. As you can see, it is starting to increase slowly now. So this is the half power mode. And if I click this again, with a short beep, it has again changed to full power mode. Let's wait for a second and check. As you can see, it directly changed from 55 to 60 degrees. You can see it directly changed from 55 to 60 degrees and 65 now. So now if I again click it for 5 seconds, it will turn off with a long beep sound. Now as it has turned off, let's check the temperature. Let's wait for a while and check the temperature. As you can see, it has started decreasing and it has reached 50 from 65 degrees and 48. So this proves that the heating jacket is quite effective and it warms the person. So this is my project and thank you. Have a warm day. Thank you.